So let's talk about Marvel for a second. So I hope you guys love Marvel vs. Capcom. I personally love Marvel vs. Capcom. I love that game. I love that game to death. Marvel vs. Capcom 1 being my favorite, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 being number 2. I could do without Marvel 3. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom is clearly, in my top 3. X-Men vs. Street Fighter was amazing. Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter was great. There's so many games in this franchise. But we got Marvel Infinite. Marvel Infinite is one of the most disappointing Marvel vs. Capcom games I've played. And mind you, when I got Marvel vs. Capcom 3 day 1, I was pissed. Because I paid for the Supreme Edition of that game. Mind you, never doing that again with a Capcom game. Trust me, not doing that again. That shit wasted so much fucking money and time, and crap, that game was simplified to shit. For Marvel Infinite from a gameplay perspective, it's pretty damn good. Is it simplified to shit? Yes, it's simplified to shit. But there's one thing that I can honestly praise Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for. You can take off easy combos and easy supers. You can take it off. Mind you, I'm not a tournament player, but I can take that crap off. Unfortunately, if you go in rank, that can't be a rules that says turn auto combos off or have fight somebody with no auto combos or easy specials. Nah, bruh. They're like, nah, bruh. You're gonna fight everybody with this bullshit because that's how, yeah. But let's go down a list on why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is dead. Let's start off with the PR work. Peter Roja, aka Combo Fiend, as the PR guy for Capcom, kinda fucked up a little bit. He literally told us that the characters were functions. Now, I don't know about you. Why have special character introductions if the characters are just, how do you say in your language of stupid, functions? First of all, it's not called Functions versus Functions. It's called Marvel versus Capcom. People play these games to play with their favorite fucking characters, no matter how high in the tier or low in the tier list. I fucking hate tiers, but whatever. No matter how high or low they are in the tier list, people play these games to play with their favorite fucking characters. I could care less if Jin from Part 2 was in the lowest tier. He is still one of the guys I will always have on my team in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. He was essentially the anchor to all of my team setups. Every last one of them. Jin was at the end. It was always Wolverine, Captain America, and Jin Satome. Love that guy. But, it's neither here nor there. Pretty much, Peter was trying to say that people missed the 8-way dash from Magneto, and that's it. They didn't like that he was gone and everything, so he said Nova essentially is the same function as Magneto. When, no, that's not true. Just because he has an 8-way dash doesn't make him Magneto. Who the fuck would think Nova can replace Mag-fucking-Neto? That don't make no sense in the slightest. But who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? He said this, and it did not help the cause of the game. Then, the next thing I want to talk about is the fucking roster of this game. Now, the roster of this game kind of put a nail in the coffin, as Chris G said. The roster in this game is so fucking poor and fucking ass backwards that I'm wondering why Marvel only put more of the cinematic universe characters than less of the actual characters that they have, or why Capcom chose to take a lot of the fucking characters that they already had in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and barely added any in the game. X is in the game, thank fucking Christ X is in the game. But who else from the Capcom side do you really care about that they added to the game? Really? And we're talking about base game. We're not talking about the DLC yet. The base game, the character roster is shit. And they know it's shit. It's so fucking bad and poor. But come on, man. But I'm not gonna lie. I did like playing with X. X is actually one of my favorite characters in the Capcom universe. So when they finally announced X was going to be in the game, he's going to be playable, and he had some of his moves, you kind of wonder why the fuck wasn't he in any of the other Marvel vs. Capcom games. Oh wait, we don't know what moves we can give X. Shut the fuck up. You said the same thing about Phoenix fucking Wright, and look, he's in the game, and he's pretty fucking fun. I love Phoenix Wright in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He was a fun bastard to play with. Come on. Next I want to say is that DLC bullshit that they tried to pull. Mind you, Capcom has gotten in trouble for pulling the shittiest bullshit DLC I've ever seen in my fucking life. Yet they decided to finish these characters and sell them later at a price. Sigma, Monster Hunter, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and Venom were all released later. Mind you, this fucking game has the worst roster, and they out-marveled the Capcom side. So now Winter Soldier, it's like he looks like he's the extra guy, but he's eclipsing the Marvel side, the Capcom side of the roster. And it looks so fucking dumb. Like, I wish the game not only had an even number of characters from each side. It's odd. It's like an odd number now. It looks stupid for both the sides. The character roster is even, but the game, like the sides, it's split retarded. The DLC did not help that game in the slightest. It actually made the game look worse than what it was, thus putting a lot of people off. Then they came out with a costume pack, and that shit is so expensive that if anybody bought it, congratulations, you spent like an extra $40 fucking on the game. That was not smart in the slightest. Come on, guys. The next thing I want to talk about is the fucking story mode and graphics. The story mode and graphics of that game did not help the game at all. Half the characters look stupid, other half looks like they are mouth breathers, and I've talked about this extensively in my review. All of the characters look essentially horrible. Mind you, this is a game after Marvel vs. Capcom 3. What the fuck, Capcom? What the fuck were you doing? And whoever made the story is one of the worst writers I've ever seen in my life. The story is okay, but it seems like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie trying too hard. Like somebody put a fan fiction. Why the fuck did you guys try that in the story? And the story started off in the worst place it could. It started off after a convergence. So with certain things in the storyline, you kind of want to ask yourself a question. It didn't take a year. It took months for some of this shit to happen. That makes no sense. Mike Hager's mayor of New Metro City, which is New York and Metro City combined. What? MODOK is leader of Umbrella. What? Come on, guys. You could have done better than that. Why isn't Wesker in this game? Come on. Why isn't Akuma in the game? Come on. But like I said, some of the logic in the story makes zero sense. And it kind of suffered a lot for it. The demo didn't help either because a lot of people were able to point out some of the bullshit in the game from fucking months back. But, you know, Capcom doesn't like to listen to fans because they're Capcom. Whatever, Capcom. One of the final few things that I wanted to say is a nail in the coffin is the hype for this game and the fact that a lot of people got the game first. Prime example, why didn't you just, I don't know, release a demo the same time you were having some of these people in the FGC play the game? So not only do you get a lot of people salty for being able to watch the game early, but you also got a lot of people kicked off the game because they saw the words auto combo and all that type of shit. It made a lot of people not want to play the game. And then they saw the character roster early. A lot of people knew the character roster months ahead. The fuck? There's no Captain Commando, no really new Capcom characters, no new Marvel characters. Come on, son. Come on, guys. And then there are the animations in the game. Some of the animations in this game are so terrible and bad, and the level 3s suck ass. They're terrible level 3s. Like, come on, guys. You couldn't have done better with those level 3s? You had to do what you do with the level 3s and just make them all generic and boring and kind of lazy? Come on. No level 3 in this game made me hype. All the level 3s are just level 3. The worst level 3 is Spencer's level 3. That shit is terrible bad. It's horrible. It's horrible to the nth degree. What I also don't like about this game is no character shows that they're damaged. No character makes a face to say that they got hit. Hell, even Dragon Ball does this. You hit a character in Dragon Ball, they go, oh. You know, no character in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite looks like they got hit. They have a straight face, and it's fucking weird. Just go look at it if you want to play the game. Like, go look at it detailed. And the final thing with this game that I honestly say truly killed this game for a lot of people and fans is that stupid Battle for the Stones tournament. That Battle for the Stones tournament is such a clusterfuck that a lot of people were put off on the game months before it even came out, then months after it came out, and days after it came out. The Battle for the Stones tournament was literally one of the worst things they've ever done in their life. And I'm telling you this as a Marvel fan, as a former Capcom fan, as a guy who wants the Capcom to do good with their games. It's kind of sad at this point that Capcom can't take the time to kind of organize a tournament better. It's almost like they stopped support for the game to support Street Fighter 5, aka Early Access 5. Like, what the fuck is that game? And then the art, you know what? Let's not talk about Street Fighter 5 right now. We'll talk about that later. But to me, that's why the game truly died. It's just a bunch of crap that they just added to the game and took out of the game that genuinely makes the game look foolish in the end. Why would I play this game when I can go play Dragon Ball FighterZ? I'd rather just go play Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's fucking good. It's simplified, but you can't just remain simplified. You actually need a modicum of skill to play Dragon Ball. Other than that, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. Come on. That being said, guys, I have to talk to you later, because I've already talked at length about simplification of video games, and I don't have time for it. I'll catch you guys later.